I'm bored. TV, show me Newscapepro. I mean the real Newscapepro. I mean the real Newscapepro. Ah, perfection. Hey, so you guys remember Newscapepro? He was essentially a YouTuber who essentially had worked for Sky Media. Sky Media was basically Sky Does Minecraft's company. We're not gonna get too deep into that. I think you guys, for the most part, should probably know the stories when it comes to that. But I personally want to talk about Newscapepro a little bit, and I essentially just also just show some memories from back when I used to watch him. The thing I wanted to essentially talk about was essentially how much I was a big fan of some of his series. So he had like a bunch on his channel. I remember he like did I remember he did like an Undertale one. I think he had also like a Bully series. I wish I could find like so much of these videos now, but like most likely he's probably like unlisted and private a lot of them. And the last thing, like if you like search up Newscapepro right now, the best thing you're probably going to find is a bunch of Fortnite videos. As funny as that sounds. Other than that, I essentially had also wanted to talk about one of my main favorites from him was his Fallout series. I don't know what it was about the Fallout series that just drew me to it a lot. I thought I don't know. It's just very interesting, and I think he kind of struck gold with that one personally. I just kind of like the idea of like there's this dude in the wasteland, kind of wakes up in a vault. He's got like a camera stuck on his face, and then he meets like this dog who can talk to him, and there was like a little bit of a joke too, like people didn't of like, is he going insane? Because like sometimes he's the only one who can hear the dog, but I think it got to the point where other people could hear the dog too. I don't remember the full lore behind that, but I thought that was like pretty funny how some people could hear the dog, some people couldn't. That was always really funny to me.
My God, is this all that's left? No, this can't be happening. Oh God! Stay back! What is that thing? Help! Help!
Back off. I call dibs.
Wait, what?
Oh boy, food!
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh,
How can you eat that? How can you talk?
oh, it's delicious.
You're a dog and you're talking like a human.
Do you want some?
No. I'm more than full at this point.
Then there was also there was the ghoul who had joined him too. I think his name was Adam. I
I don't want to die like this, Cory. I have dreams, aspirations. I wanted to chase down a mailman.
Quiet, you aren't gonna die.
Little did you know, our territory extends beyond the boundaries of this pathetic broken bridge.
Oh, jeez.
And even better, a vault dweller who appears to have finally come to the surface. I think you'll find that your kind is a bit outdated. Now I'm going to kill you, and your dog, and your pathetic robot.
Oh.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, but...
Worse, you just had to chime in one last time before we die.
Get down! What's happening?
Where's that coming
Whoever's out there, I'm putting down my gun.
Not even a whole day, and you guys are already ambushed and near killed.
It's that ghoul!
You came back?
Maybe you weren't all wrong about the world. Maybe there are a few good people left, but one way or another, you aren't gonna make it out here without someone watching your back.
Wait, are you saying you're gonna come with us?
What's happening right now?
Shut up!
Yes, for now. But if you try anything, I swear I'll...
Welcome to the team.
Now what do you want to do with this one, now that he's wet his bridges?
Hey, Uni. Sick him.
And then there was also, he had his own basically handy bot, which like he had his own like little Cosworth from Fallout 4, and I think that was Dawn of Riku. I think that was his username. I'll probably just like have something there just to like just so you guys know who.
What was that? Hello? Who's down here? I can hear you. Hello? Donsworth?
Cory.
Donsworth, you're still functioning after all this time?
I'm still functioning. How about you? It's been almost 200 years. That's not how humans work, I think.
200 years? Donsworth, are you positive it's been 200 years?
Absolutely.
Oh my god. Everyone I knew. 200 years? I didn't know fallout shelters were supposed to last that long.
And then there was also, you guys may remember him, there was also SCG Barbarian, the goat himself. You might know him for his Crafting Dead series. He also was there too, and somehow he managed to tame a death claw, and he also for some reason just really into ball caps. Well, okay, to be fair, like that, he was kind of like a snake oil salesman, which was kind of a bit of a scammer. So I can understand him being a little money hungry.
Can you believe it? Just 5 bottle caps to heal all your mutations. That's all it'll take. Just 5 bottle caps to get back to that beautiful radioactive glow.
Huh, what's this guy doing?
Just your typical haggler. His voice is just a bit louder than the rest. Surprised he hasn't gotten kicked out.
Something smells fishy about this guy.
Perhaps it's that fish market over there.
Don't undermine me, robot.
Well, you think any of this stuff works?
I've been around for 200 years and my skin is still rotten. Trust me, there are no home remedies or retail secrets. The wasteland isn't about beauty. The dirt is what makes you stronger.
Hey you! This isn't right away.
No, I didn't say it was Radaway. It's Rad-E-Way. More of a knockoff brand, if you will.
That's it! I'm gonna kill this guy.
Now here we go. Some proper action.
Better do something about this.
Ugh.
Come on, we better get out of here before he gets his friends.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Hey you, wait up!
But this ragtag crew essentially had was wandering around the wasteland, getting into their own fair share of shenanigans. Even got to the point to where freaking Cory, well, the main character had like essentially got hunted down by some bounty hunters, and he actually died. Well, he died, but he came back. Funny enough. Like again, I will say, like I'm kind of winging this video as well. I kind of just wanted to just like talk about just like my overall just like thoughts, just like looking back on the series now. And essentially, like the main goal of like this of the series, like they were essentially trying to find a green place, a place essentially that it was not touched by any like pollution or like anything like that, or like touched by any radiation or anything like that. I don't know if it was either that or they just, or like maybe this place was just like made that way by a Gek. But Geks were kind of like, Geks are kind of weird to talk about in Fallout. But after like their fair share of trials and tribulations, I think there was like some point where they like, also they were like in this place that was like ran by Fav as the mayor, as funny as that sounds. And they were like in this underground cave that was like essentially like a bit of a lie. And I think they also what else did they do? Oh yeah, they also had a little bit of beef with the Enclave, but I think everybody has beef with the Enclave in Fallout, so that's not really that surprising. And not too long after that, they had finally found the green place. And I gotta say, despite everything, I think I really like how that series had ended. It essentially had ended with Cory, well, the main character, like he wasn't too fond of like living in the green place because it kind of reminded him of like his life before the nukes dropped, and he wasn't really too fond of that, and he decided to like essentially go back into the wasteland, which I don't know why. To me, I thought that was like a really cool ending. Like I really liked that, and also the dog.
Hey, Dawn. Seen Cory anywhere?
Not since yesterday. Last I checked, I saw him and Uni having a talk by the lake.
Huh.
You know, Adam, it's strange.
What is?
I've got some memories that recently returned to me. Memories of before. Hundreds of years ago. From back when I served Cory. Guess being in this setting again has flipped the switch on my hard drive.
That's great, Donsworth.
No, Adam. What I'm trying to say is, they were sad memories. From what I recall, Cory didn't like the old world. The commute, the restraints, the day-to-day grind. He always hated it. I could tell. I just think it's funny is all.
What is?
That he'd want to return to the way things were.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope he finds what he's looking for.
I think he already has.
Went with him too, which I thought that was really sweet. Just a guy and his dog. I don't know, it just felt really wholesome to me. But I had essentially really liked that. I thought that was really cool. Some of them obviously did stay in the green place though, obviously, because nice peaceful place. So and I thought that was just like I essentially just thought overall that whole thing was just really cool. I do think like obviously it wasn't perfect. The series wasn't perfect, but I think it was like for the most part. I liked the writing for it. It was nice for what it was. I'm somebody who still is like a big fan of Minecraft roleplays. I want to make one day. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. But I also wanted to talk about something else because essentially not too long after this, like Cory had made roleplays for like a little bit, and not too long after this, he had essentially like disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. He just gone. And until like a couple of years ago, he had like finally made a post talking about what was going on with him. And essentially I'm gonna be reading that as well. Okay, so it essentially goes like this. Hey, it's Cory. Thought I'd make this post since it's been around 10 years since this channel took off and changed my life forever. Some people think I sold out, some people think I went on to do pretty neat things. And some people think I straight up died. By the way, if you couldn't tell, I'm very much alive. I wanted to answer some questions first. I thought I'd answer the most common questions, but I'll try to get around to any you write down below. Why did I quit making videos? Things just became bigger than me. For a long time, I was making 20 videos a week, scheduling, organizing, filming, being a face of the camera face, editing, posting. It was exhausting to say the least. Bringing on my original team all those years ago really saved me from a lot of stress and uncertainty. I ended up taking a seat behind the curtain, which is honestly the best place for me. Oh, I think that's kind of cute. Because like he's got like the whole camera face motif. I think that's really cool. He said that. If you couldn't tell from the early Sky Media videos, I never felt too comfortable on camera. Before all of that, and likely before you subscribed, I made machinimas on here. It was my way of making movies and being a director and telling a story. I'm proud to say that is still the bread and butter of what Newscape has become. Why did I private all videos? I honestly pondered this question for some time. I did this of my own selfishness, and I admit some of the Undertale videos I was honestly embarrassed by. You shouldn't be embarrassed by those, man. Listen, man, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, man, like not everything we all make. Well, to be fair to Cory, not everything we make we're proud of. I didn't feel like that's how I wanted people to see me. Some people say I went on to sell out, but all of Undertale was as much selling out as I ever did. I loved the game, but the endless spin-offs and AUs and Who's Your Daddy, I share from cringe, fair, was all for views and money. I have been looking into re-uploading the videos that I've removed that I still care for, like Bully, Fallout, Horror Story to name a few. Yes, please, bring them back. Please bring them back. I would love to just rewatch them. And a few will get around to it. And we'll get around to it, hopefully sometime soon. All Newscape games, much of Newscape, Dose, and several series from the channel that I'd be glad to have available for people to watch and enjoy, and feel much nostalgia for as I do now. Why did I leave Sky Media? I don't think you need to explain that one, brother. I'm sure at this point you've seen the mass horror stories on Twitter. When I was job offered at Sky, I dropped out of college and moved from New England to Seattle in all about a week. It was my dream to make YouTube my career, and opportunity had not. I ended up leaving barely a year after I started Sky Media because it was an incredibly toxic work environment. I became severely depressed and was engaging in self-destructive behavior. I worked around the clock and never felt sure I'd have a job the next day. I didn't fit in with anybody and I felt alienated by pretty much everyone other than Nick, SCG, Tim, and Jake. I watched Jim have a temper tantrum and kick his foot through a drywall. Jin, if you don't know who he's referring to, Jin Bob. People were fired in fits of rage. People formed cliques and gossiped. I received an aggressive and random text message from the boss himself one night, which prompted me to say enough was enough and call it quits the next day. Why don't I make videos with the gang anymore? Things sort of fizzled out. I stayed in touch with Uni and all along. I stayed in touch with Uni all along, and I recently got back in touch with Nick Shatsky and talked with Tommy briefly on the phone around New Year's. I miss Tommy. I'm glad to say it. Sounds like they're all doing well. I haven't spoken to John and Ashley in a long time. Sometimes people just drift apart. Listen, I don't think he needs to explain why. He's not talking to John and Ashley. For those who know, you know. I worked with all those guys at a time when I felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders, and I probably didn't treat them as well as a friend should have. I don't want to speak for anybody. I felt like many of them thought of this as something fun, that we were lucky to have be a career. But I treated it as a career first, oftentimes making irritable and difficult to be around, rather than enjoying the moment. I hold no ill will towards anyone, and I hope that they hold none towards me for those stressful times. Once the company moved to Austin, things grew so much. A lot of the stuff we once created together became things of the past. I'm glad to see most of them still having fun making videos. I really cherish the time we spent together goofing around on Gmod and The Forest, and all the other indie games we get the privilege of exploring together. Am I still with Bree? Unfortunately, Bree is no longer my girlfriend. Oh, well, that's pretty sad. She's my wife! Never mind! Ha! Get punked. Yeah, I love her to death, and was lucky enough to not screw things up on that front. Amen, brother. We live in Denver and have our amazing dog Finn and are all just enjoying life day to day. We go for hikes, snowboarding up the mountains, and have plenty of friends here in Colorado. We're truly happy, and it took us a long road to get there, and the future will definitely be tough at times. But we're both grateful for the beginning we had here with you all on this channel. What am I doing now? I am with Newscape, but I'm very hands-off most of the time, okay? Handles the day-to-day operations. I help out with scheduling content and conceptualizing new channels. I spend most of my time writing now. I finished an indie comic that we were successfully kickstarting back in August, since I've been working on a sequel and some other miniseries, one of which is being published with Mad Cave Studios this December. Writing was my favorite part of the process, and it's been a lot of fun refining my skills and making some stories I can truly say I'm proud of. I'll be 30 in January, which is hard to believe. I started making videos when I was only 10 years old. 20 years can go by in a flash. I know how important those years were now, not only for me but for you as well. When people tell me they grew up watching my videos, it's humbling to think, to hope that they can be looked back on fondly, and with the same nostalgia I get when I think about being a kid in my bedroom, watching Red vs. Blue and the many machinimas of my youth. I spent so many years being afraid of doing the wrong thing, but regardless, thinking that maybe if I did enough, I'd do something right, or do something that I'm proud of in the end. I was always my own worst critic, something that I have an issue with to this day. That's why the videos were removed. It wasn't out of hate for them, or the people in them, and surely not the people who watched them. It was me. I can only imagine how many of you moved on and will not see this. The hundreds and thousands of people's lives I had some semblance of an impact on. I guess what I'd say to those people is thanks for watching. Well, I haven't moved on, Cory. I'm kind of stuck in the past. But that's one of the reasons, honestly, why I made this video, because I didn't forget about him. I didn't forget about this dude. I didn't forget about the videos that I liked watching from him, and I certainly didn't forget about how creative he can be. He was really inspiring to me. I'm not going to show it in this video, but I had at some point even made a Fallout roleplay when I was like younger, and God, do I want to kill myself. It was bad. It was bad. It was not good. It was not good. I hope to someday maybe try again with that at some point. Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, that is essentially mainly what I wanted to talk about when it comes to Newscapepro. I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me if you guys watch Newscapepro, if you guys like have any experience or memories with it. But yeah, that's all for me. I will see you in whatever I decide to make next. Peace.